What did you wish you knew before selling? When you own a home, it's very likely that you will sell it someday. Few people live their entire lives in their first home. Selling a house is generally less complicated than buying one, but that doesn't mean most people do it correctly. When people hear you're thinking about selling, real estate agents may swarm around you. Plus, when you sell, the IRS and state tax authorities might try to take the part from your profits, especially if you don't understand tax laws and how to use them to your benefit before selling. In this episode, we will talk about the important things to consider before selling your home. If you've decided to move, the first step is likely selling your house. Whether you need more space for a growing family or relocating for work, selling your current home and possibly buying a new one is a big part of this transition. If this is your first time selling a house, you probably have many questions. It might seem simple, but there's a lot to think about to ensure everyone is satisfied with the outcome. Speed and price are the two main priorities for most sellers. So before listing your home, there are important steps to take to make sure it sells quickly and for the best price. So why are you selling your house? Start with the basics. Think about whether your reasons for selling are solid. For example, everyone would love a bigger home with more features, but rushing to sell just to buy a larger house can be a big mistake. If your next, more expensive home stretches your budget too much, you could end up in financial trouble. If you need to move for a job or a major life change, moving might be necessary. Still, it's important to consider the advantages and disadvantages of keeping your property versus selling it. Can you afford to buy the next home? If you want to buy a more expensive home, known as trading up in real estate, you need to honestly assess if you can afford it. No mortgage lender or real estate agent can answer this for you. They can tell you the maximum amount you can spend based on the income and down payment, but they can't determine if this aligns with your other financial or personal goals. Before buying your next home, understand what you can truly afford. Unless your income or assets have increased significantly since you bought your last home, you probably can't afford a much more expensive property. The most important thing to consider is how higher monthly payments can affect your ability to save for retirement. What is your house worth? When you're ready to sell, you need to know your house's value. You and your agent, if you have one, should look at the similar properties and what they're selling for in your area. You might be tempted to overprice your house, hoping for an uninformed buyer to pay more than what it's worth. However, this strategy may backfire. If no one bites, you have to lower the price, which can make potential buyers suspicious of the extended time on the market. In the end, you might struggle to get the full value of your home. Have you done your homework to find a good real estate agent? Most people use a real estate agent to sell their home. Good agents can be worth their commission if they know how to prepare, market, and sell your property for top dollars. As a seller, your interest aligns with a good agent's interest. The higher the sales price, the more you both make. Given the cost of homes and the expenses involved in selling and buying, it's crucial to have a good agent. Ensure your agent isn't too busy to give your property the proper attention. Additionally, the agent who helped you buy your home may not be the best choice to help you sell it, as selling requires different skills and expertise. Do you have the skills to sell your house yourself? While some homeowners have the skills and time to sell their house on their own, most may not. The main draw of selling on your own is avoiding the commission that agents charge. Regardless, interview several agents familiar with your neighborhood and ask them to prepare a market analysis for your house. Base your asking price on what similar properties have sold for in the past 6 months. If you're looking for an agent, Ask each one for a list of all the homes they sold in the past year so you can do a reference check. Have you properly prepared the house for sale? The work of selling a property starts before you officially list it or show it to a potential buyer. Prepare your house inside and out. At the very least, do a thorough cleanup like you would for a visit from an important guest. For a more polished look, consider staging. Like stagehand setting up a theater production, staging makes your house looks its best to buyers. Professional stagers know how to highlight the best features and downplay the worst. You don't need to spend a lot. Even a small investment in staging can pay off well. Do you understand the house's hot buttons? Buyers are often drawn to specific features or hot buttons in a home. These can include great kitchens or bathrooms, fireplaces, views, and gardens. Location can also be a hot button for those needing to live in a particular area. What are the financial ramifications of selling? Before selling, understand the financial consequences. Consider the cost of any repairs or improvements and how much money you need to make from the sale to afford your next home. Do you know the rules for capital gain taxes on the sale of a house? Current tax laws provide a significant break for most homeowners. Up to $250,000 in profit for single taxpayers and $500,000 for married couples filing jointly is excluded from taxes, provided the home was your main residence for at least 2 of the last 5 years. This period is reduced to 1 if the seller is physically or mentally unable to care for themselves, with time in a nursing home or similar facility counting towards this requirement. You can use this exclusion once every 2 years. Most sellers benefit from these rules, but those in high-cost areas or who've owned their homes for many years may exceed these limits and owe taxes on the excess profits. So what's the bottom line? It's very important to be aware of the potential problems that can come along with selling your home. With the right help and advice, it can go smoothly. But without the right knowledge, it can be stressful. We hope this episode has given you some useful tips to consider before selling your home. We have years of experience selling properties and getting the best deals for our clients. If you need professional advice, feel free to contact us, and we'll be more than happy to assist you.